Hello. I just quite literally came across a TikTok about this woman. She's a black queer doctor. She was saying how throughout her journey, she always felt like every time she would come across a milestone and it was time to like progress, she always felt like, okay, like what now? And I feel like, oh my gosh, I truly, genuinely felt her so bad through most of the story that she was telling. And she basically spoke about how, people just had so much to say, especially people that weren't in her position, which is so crazy. People had so much to say about the way she did things, the way she would go about things, the way she wasn't able to, you know, be able to kind of show up for like family stuff because she was trying to get her degrees and like, oh, girl. Yeah. So that led me to just think about my own personal experience. And I feel like I don't know about everybody else, but I feel like me personally, if I did not really know myself as well as I did today, there's no telling where the hell I'd be. There's no telling what the fuck I'd be doing. There's no telling what would be going on in my life. I probably wouldn't be sitting in this room. I don't know what the hell I would be doing right now. I genuinely do not. And it's crazy because way back when, y'all, I didn't think I was going to college. Like, I didn't see that for myself. I keep saying this, but I never really knew what college was. Like I knew it was more school, but nobody ever went into detail about the logistics of college. I genuinely only went to college so that I could get away from my family. Genuinely, like when it was time to do applications and all this other stuff, I graduated with honors. I graduated top 10% of my class, okay? But one, I knew I was going to graduate. I did not know I was going to graduate top 10%. Graduate top 10%. Now they're saying, okay, you're able to go to any school in Texas for free. Girl, I don't want to hear that shit. Get me the fuck out of Texas. Like, that was my mentality. It wasn't even about the studies, honestly. And in my head, I'm thinking, okay, I want to be a teacher. I want to be a teacher. I want to be a teacher. Granted, I'm not teaching now. But my reasoning behind not teaching is different from what people told me when it came to teaching. Um, a lot of people would be like, "Oh, you want to work with kids? Oh, girl, kids are too much. Like, you're gonna be tired." Da, 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 da. They just have so much to say, and I never liked that. I never liked that. Like, I hate when I tell people about my plans or when I. This is another reason why I just shut the fuck up. Like when people come and ask me questions, I give surface level shit because they're not aware of what they do with their like words are very powerful. People are not aware of that. So they'd always, project their own experiences to me, or they'd be like, I wouldn't work with the younger kids. Like I do high school, and this is not your degree, babe. This is not your path. And so I'm already telling them, like I literally work with babies already. When I go home from the for the break and I go back to teach whatever cosmetology, whatever, I already work with a certain group level. So you're telling me all of this. I promise you, if I wasn't already in the position that I was in, I probably would have went and took the route that they told me to take. And I guess sometimes it's not people's excuse me, it's not a matter of people trying to hinder you, but when you're literally listening to other people's interests, when you're paying attention to what suits other people and not you, you're liable to misalign somewhere, which is why I feel like it's so important that you know who you are as a person. It's so important that you understand your interests so that when it does come a moment where somebody, tries to project onto you, because not a lot of people even know that they try to, like, that they are projecting onto you. But when it comes to that moment, you can literally tell them, like, no, like, no, actually. Like, I hear you, but that's what you want to do. That's not what I want to do. That's not what I said I was going to do. That's not how I'm coming into this, idea. That's not what I asked for myself. That's not what I planned for myself. And even if it comes to a point where they were right, okay, but you still got the chance to see for yourself what led you astray from the plan that you had at first. It's not a matter of what everybody else is saying. And my whole thing is if everybody is coming to me telling me, oh, you shouldn't work with kids are too much, like, they mouth and stuff. We all were at that point where we was a child. That's one thing. We were all a child at one point. Like that shit, people don't be paying attention to stuff like that, and that really be killing me. But it's a matter of not understanding children at all, and that's how I also am. I can easily tell if, well, how people think about kids. That is such a clear indication for me right there, because a lot of people misunderstand children, and a lot of people also forget that they were once children. They forget about that shit. They forget about the shit that they used to feel. They forget about the shit that they was at a disadvantage of when they were younger. They forget, girl, me, I never forget that shit. Never. And honestly, since I've been younger, I've always had the idea of maybe or possibly becoming a teacher. Granted, I didn't get a teacher's license or anything. I still was able to teach kids. I still was able to be in the vicinity of kids. I still was able to experience that. And I always knew that wasn't going to be my end goal. I always knew I'm not going to make a career out of this. I just want some experience with it. Got that. Got that. And I actually love it. The only part about it is I'm an empath and all this other stuff. So, like, I get drained very easily. Very, very easily. I get drained so easily. I can barely deal with like two, three people. Like, it takes a lot for me to charge back up. That's the only problem with that. So I can't do the whole 9 to 5 Monday through Wednesday. I mean Monday through Friday shit. I can't do that. And uh, I feel like part of people's projections had to do with that, honestly. But my whole thing is I can't do a 9 to 5, period. It's not just teaching. I can't do anything that does not pique my interest, one. And that's another thing. People be trying to get me into job fields that has nothing to do with anything that I give a fuck about. Like, I can learn about it, sure, but if it's not in the route of children, if it's not in the route of like mental stuff, do not suggest it to me. Don't. If it's not in the route of shit where I don't have to be micromanaged, I hate being micromanaged. I don't want, no, don't suggest it to me. No. People just be thinking I'm, oh my God, this just reminded me of something else. They used to tell me not to become a teacher because they don't get paid. And that shit used to blow me every time. Like, you don't know how many times. The first person I told was my mama. And she's like, oh, well, they don't get paid. So it's never about the money for me. It's never, you can fucking tell I don't got no job. And I've been so fucking good inside. Like, I've literally been so at peace. I've been so happy. Girl, she's talking about, oh, they don't get paid and this and that and that and this. You want to make sure, girl, this is not my life. And then if I was to go down and break it down to y'all about the type of people that are telling me this, you would see why I wouldn't even want to follow the route that y'all are trying to give me. Look at, like, girl, no. It was never about the money for me. Never, never, never. It was never about the fucking money for me. So I hate when I used to tell people, yeah, I want to be a teacher or I want to teach, and they was telling me, oh, the money's not that. They don't really pay teachers like that. But that's the thing. Like, sometimes if you can't do a job without like genuinely being interested in it, it kind of defeats the purpose. It takes away the motivation, it takes away the reasoning behind it. It kind of feel like you just doing shit. You just living on autopilot. I've never been the type to want to live on no fucking autopilot. Never, 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 never. And every time I find myself in autopilot, I always catch it so quick and be like, ew, no. What the fuck can I do different? It was never about the money. Never. I genuinely just wanted to connect with children. I genuinely just wanted to be able to see if I could have the ability to save children. Because people are growing up and like turning into these hurt people. And I'll be like, because like I said, I don't know how many videos ago, I already spoke about how I have the ability to feel certain things that I know for sure other people have not felt. I have the ability to pull myself out of these negative situations. I have the ability to see the good in situations. And because I can see the good in stuff, it leads me to more good. I have the ability to be able to kind of get into people's heads and, kind of change the way they think about stuff. I have the ability to do that. So I feel like, why not go and plant some seeds in the kids? Now we got good people growing up into the world. Like, they're not thinking like that. They never think like that. Every time I speak about wanting to work with kids, I still want to work with kids. Every time I speak about working with kids, it's always about the negative shit. It's always their connotations. It's always, I don't know if I can see that for you. I didn't ask you. Bitch, you asked me what I want to do. I didn't ask you if you could see me. I literally didn't come up to you saying, can you see me being the teacher? Like, I really don't give a fuck. That's the crazy thing about it. I don't give a damn. Ugh. So that shit used to irritate me all up and through high school. I mean, not high school, college. And the only person that genuinely, like, was like, oh, okay, was my professor. Literally, was my professor. I would be in work studying everything, telling people, oh yeah, I want to be a teacher. I want to teach. That's what's next. That's what's next. And everybody was like, teach. And I'm not gonna lie, I knew once senior year hit, I knew I was like, damn, I'm not gonna go back home and teach. I know for sure I'm not going back home to teach. Because I was already burnt out with working during the breaks. So I'm like, damn, if I'm burnt out during this small time, like, I don't know. But I don't know, the journey definitely does not end here though. That's what I'm gonna say. I'm actually no. I'm at a point where I am not willing to even talk about my goals and my plans. And that's just that. I'm not willing to talk about what it is that I want to do next or what it is that I see for myself. As far as everybody know, I'm just sitting at home. As far as everybody know, if they even know, I'm making videos on YouTube. That's if they even fucking know. Like I genuinely, I just it's just not a smart idea to always include other people in your plans. And then I'm also, damn, I can't say that either. Just know, bitch, we getting there. That's all I gotta say. Just know we getting there. And you don't need to go and discuss your plans with other people. That's cause that's another thing, bro. It's so easy to see when people are projecting onto me. Cause once I get that feeling inside of me of me telling you my business, and then you get the oh, or it's just the reaction behind it or the words behind it. Anything that makes me feel negative, it has to be a projection. Cause I didn't feel this way when I had the thought in my head. I didn't feel this way when I uh started taking the necessary steps to get to that point. Just no, absolutely not. So I'm not. I'm at a point now where, girl, you just gonna have to catch me when you catch me. If you see me doing something, oh yeah, I forgot to tell you, type shit. Cause yeah, no. Cause people gonna have so much to say. They're gonna have so much to say, and they gonna think that they know you best. They gonna think that this was the route you was supposed to take. Bitch, this not your life. You can't tell me that was the route I was supposed to take. It's not your life. Stop playing with me. Shit like that pisses me off. I hate when somebody think they know me better than me, and bitch, we don't even talk. I don't even know you like that. I literally don't know you like that, and you think you know me better than I know me, girl. Please, 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 please. Just food for thought. Really, really. I just, I honestly hate people projecting on me, and I'll be quick to tell people like you're projecting onto me, because girl, I said, like when I say I'm probably the best person that knows me. The best person that knows me. So I'm telling you I'm gonna do something. I'm telling you what I'm feeling. I'm telling you, something pertaining to me, and you're trying to switch my idea of it. Why though? Why? Hmm. Great question. Don't know. Yeah, I hate shit like that. But because I've betted on myself, because I've always stuck to what it was that I felt and not what other people said, unless it's somebody that's like really equipped in the route that I'm going. Like the only person I literally would listen to was my professor. He's a psychologist already. He's teaching me this shit. Why not listen? Why do I feel like I know everything? He's actually a fucking teacher. So it's like, well, a professor. But it's like, why would I not listen? You gotta differentiate. No, when somebody's not even in your lane, in your route, they not even in the fields and shit that you suggesting. They have no experience with this shit at all. They don't even have the same values as you as a person, and they're trying to tell you what's best for you. Hell no. Fuck no. Opposed to my professor, who's literally teaching me how to analyze, teaching me how to manipulate situations in a good way, teaching me all the things that I need to know to be able to move on to the next steps. Yeah, hell yeah. Hell, if you got most shit, please keep me informed. But yeah, you gotta know when people not even in the same routes as you. Like everybody has their different categories. Not saying nobody's better than anybody, but there's different categories inside of different categories inside of it. Like it ranges. You gotta know when you should be able to listen to people and when people need to shut the fuck up talking to you. When you need to even be able to sit there and tell your business to other people. Because people will be stuck in positions that you are so far gone from, trying to tell you what you need to do, but they ain't got nowhere with their situation. Trying to tell you what you need to do with your situation. Girl, don't piss me off. Like, no. People gonna have shit to say. They gonna have shit to say. That's why I be shutting the fuck up. Don't tell me shit. And then I'm so easily like persuaded too. I had to learn. I had to learn. Cause if not, I'll fuck around and be miserable. Then realize I'm miserable and be like, damn, like I probably shouldn't have listened to that. That's why I gotta make sure I'm like this with myself. I have to. Cause girl, but yeah. Make sure you bet on yourself, girl. Don't nobody know you better than you. That's that. Keep that mouth closed. You'll get there. I feel like situations come a little bit quicker too when you don't gotta fixate on what other people gonna say. Keep that fucking mouth closed. But yeah, no. I just have to say that. I love you. Thank you for watching. See you later.